All right, what's going on, my friends? Adam here, and welcome to another video. Thank you for tuning in today. And I just want to throw something out there for you, okay? Has there ever been a time where you've had a big change in your life, or even a little change, and you just felt completely stressed out and you felt like the world was just kind of imploding on you and you just felt completely overwhelmed and it was just too much? Well, I can tell you, you're not alone, and that's pretty normal when it comes to change. And I can tell you right now, I'm going through some changes myself. So, anyways, sit back, relax, and let's get into this video and we'll talk about that change. All right, so talking about change. Now, I'm going to start off with a little bit of a story that happened to me many, many years ago, back when I was, 23. It was when I was moving out to Oregon from Florida. I had just graduated college. I got my bachelor's degree, and I just spent the last few years, working two jobs, getting myself through college, so that way I could pursue my dream of moving out to Oregon and becoming a pro snowboarder. Now, the dream to move to Oregon was based on my grandfather. He always wanted to move here, but ended up having six kids, and that dream was shot. So I said, I'm going to be the first in the family to do so. So when I was on my way, I was in Tennessee. I was with my girlfriend at the time, who's now my ex, and we ended up getting into a car accident where she ran into the back of my truck accidentally and destroyed her car, and we had to tow it from Tennessee all the way to Oregon. And there was a certain point, I forget what state we were in, but we had to stop for the night, and we were at this hotel. Now, it was a the hotel's parking lot was just straight. There was no way to like go around the building or anything like that. It was just one straight parking lot. It was very narrow, and I had my big pickup truck with this car that we were towing on a tow dolly. And if you've never used those things in your life, they are a pain in the ass. You can't back up with those things. You can't do anything. They're awful. So I pull into this parking lot and I am having the worst time trying to get this trailer parked somewhere. And my girlfriend was at the time was just like not being helpful at all when I'm like, hey, I need you to do this. She's like, no. I'm like, I just need help. And it was at that point where I was I was feeling it. Like I started feeling the pressure and I started doubting myself and I was about to just turn around and head back to Florida. Like literally that's where I was at. And I called my dad up and I was like, "Pops, like I don't know if I can do this. Like this is becoming too much. Like do you think I can do this? Like am I capable of doing this?" And man, his answer just completely changed everything. But he goes, "Of course, yes. Yes, you can do this. You're hitting little bumps in the road right now. Like that happens. But yes, of course you can do this." And just that little bit of motivation from him like helped out so much. Like it completely changed my perspective and got me back on track to the goal, that dream that I had set out to do. And I am so thankful for that to this day because who knows, if I ended up back in Florida, I would have been miserable. So I'm very glad that he was so encouraging and so supportive and gave me that advice to keep going. Because, yeah, then I ended up making it to Bend and ended up staying in a shitty motel for a month, did day labor work for that time too, and eventually ended up finding an apartment, finding a job at Mount Bachelor, worked there for so many years and worked my way up in the ranks. And then again, when I moved to Salem, this is where it gets, you know, different because that was another change. I had lived in Bend for so long, and then I was moving to Salem, somewhere where I knew nobody except for my fiance now. And I was starting fresh. And let me tell you, I have had a hell of a time here. Like finding jobs has not been easy. It's just been a pain. But I've stayed hopeful. I've known that, this is just a season in my life. It's not the defining moment of my life. And now we're getting ready to move to Washington, another big change. And with that, more stressors. So, trying to find a place. I'm still trying to find a job there, figuring out what we need to pack, what we need to get rid of, like all kinds of things. And, it doesn't matter if you're moving like I am, or if you're changing your career, going to school in a different state, picking schools, whatever it may be. At a certain point, it feels like the world is just imploding on you and it becomes overwhelming. It really does. And it just, it sucks. Like, let's just face it, it sucks. But I want to give you those words of encouragement that my father gave me. And just remember, yes, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. Yes, you can move. Yes, you can go to school in that different state. Yes, you can start that new career and make it work. You can. You are capable of doing those things. And there's going to be walls and barriers that come up along the way, but you just have to keep pushing through. Break down those walls, break through those barriers, and just keep going forward. Because once you get onto the other side, whether it ends up being good on the other side or bad, you just keep moving forward because eventually everything's going to work out. And when it does, you're going to be so happy and you're going to be looking back saying, look at the stories that I have now. Like for me, I do like telling the story about when I moved out here and all the crazy shit that I went through. It's fun in hindsight when you think about it. But in the moment, it sucks. And going through it and planning and doing all that stuff, it sucks. But just remember, yes, you can do it and just keep moving forward and just let your mind shift into that encouragement, that motivation that keeps you going forward. Don't let anything hold you back because that's where you're going to have the biggest regret is staying comfortable, not changing, and then 10 years goes by, 20 years goes by, you're still in the same spot and you're looking back going, I had the opportunity, I didn't take it. Now look where I am. I'm miserable. This isn't the life that I wanted. So just remember that like change is good. Even if it feels daunting in the beginning, you're going to be just fine. Everything will work out. Just remember that. If it can work out for me, it can definitely work out for you. So, and that's things that I keep telling myself as, the day gets closer and closer to my job ending, both my jobs ending. And like finding a new place, all that stuff, like it's getting closer. It's becoming more daunting, but I know that I am capable of getting through this change and coming out better on the other side. So that's uh that's my motivational talk today. Thanks for tuning into that. If you have anything that you want me to talk about on the channel, feel free, leave a comment below, you know, direct message me on Instagram, Hey Coach Adam, that's my handle. You can always do it there. Uh, we're going to be shifting gears here pretty soon into talking about different topics. But, I just wanted to put this out there, especially because it's going on in my life right now. And I just wanted to give you that little bit of motivation to just remember, like, you are capable of doing anything, and you shouldn't let, the weight of the world just bring you down. Like, just do your best to shake it off or just chip away at things little by little. And then eventually you'll come back out on the other side and you will feel amazing for it. So, anyways, that's all I got for you today, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're on video 2 of the new year, so I'm stoked about that. I want to keep this thing going as long as I can. I will do my best to keep posting more and more. Anyways, that's enough from me for now. I hope you have an amazing day, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.